Yes, people. What's popping? What's good? I just had a client message me, and I said to him, we were talking about the workouts that he's done this week. I said, so you've done all the workouts that were scheduled for this week. He says, well, if I go tonight, then yeah. And I says, if. What does that mean? It's a funny word. And he texts back, he said, oh, must have been a typo. I meant, when? And we had a laughing face. And it got me thinking about words and phrases that we use that hold us back from achieving the things that we want to achieve. Whether it be in the gym, whether it be business, whether it be romance, and all that sort of stuff, if you're into that. But here's a few of them. If I go. If is something that we use rarely or should be used for something that's outside of our control. Like if the weather stays nice, right? If I'm hungry at that time. Things that are outside of our control. Like we can control our actions. We can control going to the gym. It's not an if I go to the gym. It's I am going to the gym or I am not going to the gym. And there are times not to go to the gym. But if there's an if there, then some uncertainty, and it sounds to me more like an excuse or a different hierarchy of priorities. So that's the first one, if. Get rid of that, or just use it properly. Now, if is laziness, isn't it? If is laziness. So then we've also got try. Yeah, I'll try. So are you gonna hit the gym? Are you gonna grow muscle? Are you gonna make progress? I'll try. Trying is almost like your own way of escaping. When we use the word try, I will try. It's almost like we're saying, I don't believe in myself enough to accomplish the task at hand. Now, the task at hand is accomplishable to anybody. There's been countless millions and trillions of people that have proven it with less desirable circumstances than yourself, with disabilities, with lack of time, with all the above and more. So if they can do it, it's plausible that we could also do it. So when we say, oh, I'll try, it's just a lack of belief. What we want to say is, yes, I will. I will get to the gym. I will put 100% in, or 90%. I will lift this many times a week. I will reduce my alcohol intake. I will eat healthier on these days around these meals. And then stick to it. The reason we say try is because we've seen in the past that we've said we're going to do these things and we've not stuck to it. But you have to make the intention, the solid intention in your mind is like, you say, I am going to do something. For example, if I say I am going to reduce alcohol, and then a voice creeps into my mind and says, you can't do that. It's like that feeling of, no, I can't do that. But you have to catch the feeling, and then before it gets a chance to plant itself in the fertile soil of the mind, you have to catch it and weed it out. Be like, nope, I am going to do it. Replace the voice with I am, I will, I am. God, I am that I am. That's what he said to Moses when Moses said, who shall I tell them has sent me? And he says, I am that I am. I am. It's like the two most powerful words, because whatever follows it is something that is you're more likely to manifest or become or embody those characteristics, embody those actions. So yeah, when it creeps in and says, you can't do that, you go, I am going to do it. This is what I am going to do. Watch me. Treat it as like an enemy. Treat it as someone that's trying to get you down and you're proving them wrong. Now within that, set yourself more achievable goals. Like, for example, if you drink or if you're not going to the gym at all, you might, instead of going, I'm going to quit drinking, go teetotal and train 7 times a week, you might say, well, I'll tell you what I am going to do is I am going to go to the gym 2 days a week, 3 days a week to start with. I am going to reduce my alcohol intake by 50%. So therefore, drinking every other day if you're drinking every day, or whatever it is. And then I am going to do that. Not I will try to do that. Then when you achieve those, you're going to increase your own confidence in terms of what you can achieve, what's accomplishable. And then when you set yourself another one, you're going to go, we've got a bit of a track record of achieving these small goals. and they're building up. The consistency is building up. Another one is I'll do a little bit of chest. Oh, like when you're training, I'm just training a little bit of chest or a little bit of arms. It's just like what are you doing? What are you saying? It just sounds like we're belittling ourselves. Oh, I'm just doing a little bit. Like there's days when we reduce intensity. There's weeks when we deload. There's days when we're not feeling up to it. But like if you're not feeling up to it, you're coming in with 80-70% energy because of whatever reason, lack of sleep, overworking, overstimulation, insert your own. Well, then your threshold of energy is 80%. And if you're working at 70%, you're still working at like a high total percentage of that 80% of total energy that you've got. So you're still doing plenty. And I think we should remind ourselves of that rather than belittling ourselves and talking ourselves down like, oh, I'm only doing this, I'm only doing that. It's like, this is what I'm doing. This is how I'm feeling. I'm here and I'm doing it. And I'm doing it to my 80-90% maximum potential, or 100% potential if that's what you're going for. So yeah, there's always nuance within it. I'm not saying, Jocko Willink style David Goggins, go hard every day. You've got to rest. You've got to reduce load. But when you're doing it, do it. When you're setting yourself intentions, follow through. Create that confidence inside of yourself, that belief inside of yourself. And even if at first it's like a delusional belief, I had to embody that myself through psychosis when throughout psychosis and eating disorders, I lost all my weight. I was struggling to eat anything because of digestion problems. And I was like, I'm never going to grow muscle. And it was just a track record of 2 years of complete failures and everything going wrong. And it led me into a mental breakdown. I had to be delusional. I had to be delusional to get myself out of it. I had to be, regardless of all the stuff that I haven't been able to do or was up against me, I had to start checking the little wins and over celebrating them and being like, look what I can do. Wow. I can do 2 days a week in the gym. Look at me go. And then, and also delusional belief. Because I was so tired physically and mentally, I was kind of stuck between trying to get a job that gave me enough movement to satisfy that part of myself rather than being sat at a desk. But I didn't have the energy for it. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go into it and I'm going to wing it. And I believe that God's got my back and I believe God's pushing me in this direction. And I was able to do 5 days a week of valeting for 8 to 10 hours a day. At first I was tired, but I adapted and I grew into it. So yeah, sometimes you've got to push yourself through your limitations with your delusional belief so that you can grow in that way, in that respect. You've also got to have a delusional sense of positivity. In this world, this crazy ass world that we live in, where it can feel like everything's stacked up against you. Everything that hurts you or annoys you seems to present itself to you at always the right time. Loneliness, for example, if you struggle with, I'm speaking from experience, if you struggle with loneliness, it's going to get you on your worst days when you've got nothing else to do, no work, no nothing, it's a super quiet day, there's no messages coming in, everybody's busy, and it's going to get you on those days. If you struggle with anxiety, social anxiety, it's going to get you on those days when you don't need it to get you, when you need everything to be in line and in favor for you. Everything's going to go wrong on the days when you've got, your car's going to break down when you've got little money. And it's just going to be one of these things. Life is like that. It's going to bite you on the arse. And the Buddhists' first noble truth is that life is suffering. So if you can accept that, if you can accept that life is suffering, like, okay, this life that I'm living, it's meant to be hard. It's designed to be hard and it's going to be suffering. Once you can accept that, it loses its power. It loses its power. If you're lonely, I accept I'm lonely. It's kind of shit. It feels kind of crap. But I accept it. And maybe I can accept that it's partly my own fault because of the way that I act, the way that I present myself, what I'm like to be around. Cool, okay, I can accept that. And there's just this level of acceptance, because when you resist something, oh, no, 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 I don't want that to be. Resistance makes stronger. You know, if I push my hands together, there's resistance, it's difficult, but I'm resisting against it. But if I just kind of let go, ooh, resistance is gone. It's gone now. And in that space of acceptance, peace can grow. And in that peace, you feel calmer. And you're then, therefore, better to be around, or you're at a better advantage mentally to be able to tackle the problems or to find solutions to the problems. If you're struggling with money and you're, I'm so got no money and everything's stressful, you ain't going to be at a creative advantage because your mind's focused on stress and the problem rather than the solution. So when you calm down, when you accept, you relax, you gain peace, your brain can then go, ooh, what about this? Let's try this. And that's the thing. Accept the things you can't change. What is it? God, give me something to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Find the solutions, accept what you can't change, find the solutions, do what you can within your power to make things change, and then give the outcome over to whatever it is that you call God or the universe, or just chance. Just give the outcome away. Forget about the outcome. But yeah, that's it today. That's it today, guys. Stay positive. Stay delusional. Let's get it.